Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, I am Psychic Bella Love, and you can book your own personal private reading with me on my website, psychicbellalove.com. Use coupon code FREE, all in caps, for all the rest of November 2021 to get an extra 30% off any appointment on the site. If you are watching after that, then you can use coupon code NEW if you are a new client to get extra money off at checkout, and both of those codes are good on any appointment excluding emergency skip the line appointments, which are always available. If you don't want to wait for an appointment to be available on the calendar, you can skip the line by booking an emergency appointment. Also, you can join my Patreon. That is the only place that I accept requests for celebrity video readings at the appropriate tier. You can also access exclusive content where we talk about all the conspiracy theories, who is and isn't part of evil stuff in the industry, all that. If that is your thing, you definitely want to join. We did an amazing live the other night, and we have one scheduled again for next Friday, so you definitely want to sub if you want to take part in that. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. That's usually where I post if I'm going to do sales first, and my backup YouTube channel where I will be going live once we hit the 1,000 subscribers that YouTube requires to do that. All that information will be linked in the description box below. Also, if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscription bell. You don't want to miss anything. I am uploading exclusive content throughout November and December, but because of the way that YouTube can be very slow in uploading and processing things sometimes, everything won't always be uploaded exactly at the same time every day. So that's why you want to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. So I just wanted to come in and ask some kind of, random follow-up questions around the whole Real Housewives of Beverly Hills situation, since I just did a reading on Kyle and Mauricio's marriage. And because of those aforementioned, slow upload times, I'm not gonna, pray over the cards and everything because we're still in that energy anyways, but I just want to jump into that. So I wanted to ask, because there's been this rumor that Kyle was going around telling people at Andy's baby shower, which was, I guess, a few years ago, that what's her face, Erica and Tom were having financial issues. Kyle's kind of given that denial without outright saying, I didn't say that, at least as far as I've seen. So I want to see what is the truth in that situation. Spirit, can you tell me, did Kyle Richards actually tell everybody at Andy's baby shower that Erica and Tom were having financial problems? Was Kyle the one who was going around and telling everybody this at Andy's baby shower? Yes or no? Thank you, Spirit. Yes. She opened her mouth big time, and now she's upset because the truth is coming out, because other people are talking about it, and she feels like you're just saying this to get me in trouble because you don't like me, or you see an opportunity to jump on the show. So that leads into my second question, which is this going to be a season where they all sort of go after Kyle the way that people went after Lisa Vanderpump? So, Spirit, is this next season going to be about people holding Kyle accountable and sort of ganging up on her, or is that going to be something that happens? Thank you. Because people are saying that now Erica has it out for Kyle. she's definitely not gonna have the best season. There's gonna be a lot of things that, because Erica's not done with her. Erica does have a lot that she wants to confront Kyle about, and I do see her bringing other people into it, and there being a lot of coming back around of old things that happened in the past and trying to bring that back up to the forefront again and be like, well, what about this or that? And we're hearing that actually what happened in that situation was da 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 da. So this is not going to be a great season for Kyle. And I do feel that she's really hoping her sister being around is going to make up for that, which I want to ask about that because I also heard that Kathy Hilton is trying to like ask for a bunch more money before she'll come back and that she may not be returning this season. So Spirit, is Kathy Hilton going to come back on the show? Thank you. Because everything that I was seeing in all of the like catch-up clips that I was watching, because I didn't really watch the season, they were saying that every time something popped off, Kathy was always conveniently in the bathroom putting her lip gloss on. She saw a bird. Like, she did not want to partake in any of the drama stuff. She just wanted to go have fun. See, this is the thing that I'm getting from this is Kathy isn't holding out for money purposes. It's really about how she doesn't want to be front and center for a lot of things that are going to happen because she really does want to stay out of the drama and she wants to just show up, eat dinner, say a couple funny one-liners, you know, tell everybody to be nice to each other and then go retire to her room and call her kids or whatever. She really is not in it for all this like dramatic stuff. So I feel that her demands are more so about if things are going to happen where ladies are going to confront my sister or Kim is going to be brought back on to confront Kyle or anything like that. I am completely out. I'm not taking any part in that. That's not what I'm signing up for. So it's more negotiating on if anything happens, you need to edit my ass out of it. I don't want to be attached to all of that because it's not so much that Kathy's super worried about public perception because let's face it. The Hiltons have faced literally anything and everything. So, you know, her getting in a fight with somebody on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is really like the smallest of peanuts compared to everything else that she's faced. But she's seen how much that stuff has all taken a toll on her family. And I heard that there was some part on the reunion that she said something about always feeling like she's the oldest, that she has to step in their mom's place to sort of, you know, handle things when everything is getting crazy between everybody. And she really does like take that super responsible and it weighs on her a lot. And it is coming up that the happiness and the stability of her overall family is not worth, you know, any of this kind of stuff. And again, you know, she's Kathy Hilton. She doesn't need Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to help her, you know, pay her bills or anything like that. Like, she's good. I mean, not only are her and her husband very well off, but all of her kids are pretty set too with their own things going on. So she's not in a situation where she has to lower herself to be, you know, in more RHOBH type situations for any reason. And so she doesn't want to be a part of that. So, because I keep getting that there was something about bringing Kim back, like in, you know, like let's have all the Hilton sisters together, you know, or the Richard sisters, I mean, but she was very worried about, you know, unless it's like me and Kim having like a really nice dinner with only like 3 of the girls that we know aren't going to start anything, like Sutton, and Crystal, you know, Garcelle or something, I don't want like what can usually pop off in these situations. So I'm good. So we'll see Kathy like here and there, like we did the season spirit saying, but we're not going to see her in anything that's all too serious. And so even though Kyle will be kind of getting her ass handed to her, we're not going to see Kathy involved in all of that. And if it gets too far, she won't show up to the reunion if she feels like she's going to have to be asked about any of it either, is what Spirit's saying. Kathy really is not here for like all that like drama that could affect her family. All right. Which isn't that like one of the reasons why her and Kyle stopped talking? Because she feels like everybody doesn't need to be in their family business to judge and start problems and stuff. And Kyle, you know, everything that happened with Kyle and Kim on the show, and then Kyle trying to make that show about their mom. So if I'm wrong about that, let me know. Like I said, I've just been Googling and watching things. I haven't watched this show in years. I don't have time to like sit there and watch all of these episodes because I started trying to and I was like, oh my God, every episode is like 37 minutes even without the commercials. And I was like, I can't catch up on all of this. That's just too much time. And I have so very little of it. Okay, and then the next question, everybody wanted to know about Dorits' robbery. So apparently, you know, let's just kind of break down a little timeline of this real quick so that we understand why people would even assume that something like that would be faked. Dorit was really getting her ass handed to her all over the internet for the way that she was so incredibly disrespectful to Garcelle. And people felt that she was picking on and bullying Garcelle because she didn't want to, you know, be involved in the Erica stuff because she's too weak for that. But Garcelle was this easy target so that, you know, Dorit could still somehow have a little bit of drama and storyline for the season. So there was that people were calling for her to be removed from the show because of that. What I've gathered was a lot of people weren't super big fans of her in the first place anyways. And supposedly, apparently, she wasn't exactly 100% coming back to the show like as a full-time housewife. They had her on some weird kind of thing where it was like, we'll film with you and then decide like how much of a storyline you really have and how much we'll use you on the show. So she might have gotten demoted down to a friend of. And then suddenly, all of a sudden, she's getting, you know, this home invasion robbery where supposedly all of her jewelry and bags to the tune of over $1 million was missing. And, you know, the kids were asleep in the other rooms. The story is that she woke up and there was 3 guys like at the end of her bed. And at one point, one of them said something about, that she said, please don't do anything to me. Don't kill me. I'm a mom. My babies need me. And they said that they were going to kill her. And supposedly they broke in through the back window. But then now people are saying that when stuff has been released from both the police report, like not everything that she or PK were claiming happened was noted in the police report. People were saying that like the security footage was weird. And of course, too, it's that the security system supposedly wasn't on, but the cameras were rolling. So people also think that maybe like it was a setup and Teddy's husband, who has a security company, like is setting people up to get robbed, or somebody in his company might be doing it. So we'll ask about that too. So that's where we are. So some people think that Dorby staged this so that, you know, she could have a storyline and get back on full time. And also, instead of being seen as this aggressive bully who was, you know, racially insensitive throughout the last couple seasons and hasn't really been kind or respectful or understanding to the Black woman on the cast, you know, was like, well, if I become a victim, then everybody can't get mad at me for victimizing somebody else. So, and then also apparently her and her husband have like some kind of financial problems too. So there's plenty of reasons why this may not be just some random thing. Oh, Spirit, please tell me, what do we need to know about this apparent, alleged, supposed robbery that happened with Dorits? Thank you. And again, this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. We are looking at flashcards with pretty cards on pictures on them while Bella has story time. Gotta protect ourselves, because I know that sometimes PK likes to get mad about stuff, and that's why this part of the reading will not be in the title and will be hidden in the middle. Because as much as we like to be nosy, we also have to protect ourselves. Because some people really just like to, you know, try to get people's channels taken down and this and that. And listen, we're not going to be disrespectful. I mean, I know that there was another content creator that was laughing about, you know, and insinuating that what if something had happened to the kids and stuff like that. That is way out of line. That is not okay. You know, there's a way to handle things, but talking about people's children, that's always off limits, because they're kids. Like, even if their parents are complete freaking jerks that do rip people off and scam people and don't pay their bills and do this and that, those little babies don't have anything to do with that. They're in their rooms playing with their toys, not knowing what mom and dad are up to. So don't bring kids into something like that. And if this was a real, you know, incident that happened, and God forbid something had happened to those kids, that's nothing to ever play or joke around about. I don't get down like that. And let me tell you something too, because I've channeled, you know, a few spirits and everything, and there are certain spirits like Whitney Houston. She hates when people are disrespectful to babies. So you don't even know a spirit that don't even know you. And I'm not saying Whitney Houston's going to come do something, but I'm just saying there are certain spirits out there who are just very maternal or paternal and protective, and they are spending their time on the other side being very protective of children and trying to help things in that way. So when you're playing around with kids and then all of a sudden your tires are all flat 3 weeks later, that was not a random coincidence. So don't do things like that. And don't be sitting there just because you don't like people wishing that they would break up and all of this stuff either. Like, you know, and people are all, oh, I hope Nikki leaves her husband because he's getting her in all this trouble and stuff. You're wishing for somebody's family to break up. Just wish that what God protects her and helps her out of this situation in a way that there is redemption and justice for everybody, and leave it at that. If you don't want to pray for Kenny to be absolved, you know, or exonerated is the right word, and you don't want to, you know, wish Kenny well, then just wish Nikki well and leave him out of it. But don't sit there and wish for people's families to break up, because what you put out there always will come back to you, and words are spells. So I just wanted to say that. And I'm not saying any creator's name or anything like that. It was a big deal for a moment over here on YouTube and Instagram because of what happened, and that PK did threaten to get their channel taken down. And so that's why I really wanted to make that clear. We are not talking about children, and we, you know, I just mentioned that they were home because that's terrifying. Because that really is. I mean, as a mom, and I'm always scared to death. Like, what if somebody broke in and I got to defend me and my kid? You know, that's your worst nightmare, is not being able to protect your babies and that somebody's going to be in your home. And so it's not something to play around about. Okay. I don't get this being anything that PK and Dorit set up, you guys, but somebody else set them up. Somebody else that's jealous of what everybody else has because whoever broke into Kyle's house is a part of the same group who broke into Dorits' home. So when people are thinking that those two things are connected, they are. And you guys, I'm going to ask about this because didn't Erica say that somebody broke into Tom's house and that's obviously where she was living before they split up? Because this might be somebody, and I'm not saying this for sure because I'm going to ask, you know, but maybe this is somebody that was like on the production crew that's like, oh, I know what everybody has in their houses because I walk through them all day long. And they were like, Dorit's going to be out of town. Kyle's out of town. Oh, guess what? Tom has dementia. So even if he is there, he's not going to remember. Because it's very... And so Spirit is saying all three of these incidences are connected. And it is by somebody who has inside knowledge into what everybody has and put together this whole crew to go off and do this. So... And Dorit is very much terrified, you guys. She has not yet completely like absorbed what's happened. She's just in autopilot mode because she's so concerned about not letting the kids know what happened because she doesn't want them to be traumatized by it, that she hasn't really 100% settled down and like, okay, this is what happened, you know, and I can deal with it. Also, Dorit might end up having another baby too, guys. I feel like this is actually going to make her lean closer into her family unit and want to add to it because she's realizing that that's really what is the utmost importance to her. So this definitely did change her mind to where she's putting less value on things and much more on her family. But she did not have this set up. It wasn't planned. They are going to catch whoever did it. And it is a group of people. It's very much like that. Remember, what was it? The bling ring? It's something very similar to that where it's like a bunch of people involved. And then they all, you know, are kind of buddy-buddy with people and have had inside access to somebody's home at one point or another. And then they all are, you know, okay, Paris Hilton's out of town. Let's all break into her house tonight. So, wow, this is crazy. Whew. But, I mean, I didn't really get the feeling that Dorit set this up. But it did feel like somebody, like, looking at the footage, it felt like people who were just overly confident that they knew that, you know, they would be able to pull this off and nobody was there because they really weren't in a rush. So, wow. And it feels like, you know, when they broke that window and they knew the alarm wasn't going to go off, it was like, oh, well, we're good. We don't have to hurry. Nobody's here and the alarm didn't go off, so nobody knows that what we're up to. But there's somebody who's extremely jealous of these women, and that's why they are doing this. Spirit, just real quick, yes or no, was the person who broke into Dorit and Kyle's house also the same person who broke into Tom and Erica's? Thank you. Because it's been proven that somebody did break in to Tom's house. They just said that they couldn't find anything that was missing. But there was a report about that. If you guys didn't know, because I know people kept saying there wasn't one, but there was. Yes. Shit. You guys, this is like the craziest like fucking whodunit ever now. Oh my God. Okay. Well, let's see if Eddie, wow, how the hell do you say that guy's last name? Every time I see it written anywhere, I'm like, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But let's see if he has anything to do with this. And then we'll ask if it's the Bravo production crew. Spirit, please tell me. Did Mellencamp's husband, who has installed many of the security systems these ladies had on their homes, did he have anything to do with this whole setup and robbery thing going on? Thank you. No, but somebody who works for him does. And they went on to connect to people who work for Bravo. So there's somebody on the Bravo production that's in and out of those houses every day that was feeding information back to somebody who works for Eddie. And this person is able to go in and make sure that, you know, those alarm systems aren't going to work on the day that person inside, you know, is telling them, hey, we're all going to be in Dubai filming the, you know, cast trip, so go for it. So it's connected on both ends with that, which it's going to be really bad for Eddie, because that's going to come back to bite him in the ass so hard, because something's going to come up that this person on his team who's involved with this has had a prior history. And it's like they didn't even background check this person, and they've already, you know, like, and it's going to come up like it was probably something as like a juvenile, or like when they were 18, 19, got some like robbery charge or something like that. So it's like, are you kidding me? Like, and it's going to really screw with his business bad. He's going to end up having to deal with a lot of consequences out of that. Because there's other people who are not a part of the show, but who, you know, run in those circles and are high-end clients who've also used Eddie's company, have also had robberies. And so there's going to be some lawsuits and things that Eddie's going to face. Like, I don't feel like, you know, Dorit and Erica and Kyle are going to go like file a class action lawsuit against Teddy's husband. I think that, you know, there will be more like, we had insurance companies handle things, and we'll let the police do their job and let them go to trial or whatever. But I do feel, you know, other people outside of them who have no emotional connection to Teddy are going to definitely be suing. Wow, that is so crazy. Oh my God. Well, I guess I can put it in the title now. I was so scared that like they were going to say that PK and Dorits set this up that I was like, oh, there's no way in hell I'm going to let anybody know that that's what's included in this video. But holy crap. Wow. So anyways, guys, I am going to go ahead and end that here because that was getting really long anyways. I am still going to do a separate video on Kyle's relationship with her sisters. That will be coming soon, and we've got tons of other content coming your way. Let me know, did you guys think Eddie was involved in this? Are you surprised by any of this stuff that Kyle was telling people about Erica's business, or that Kathy really is that, you know, serious about her family? Let me know. Wow. So, oh, and I just have to say this too. If you made it this far, Spirit is saying too that they felt like, oh, Erica deserves it when they broke in her house. Like, that's how they were really justifying it to themselves. Like, well, they're pieces of shit and they stole from other people, so they deserve it. It's just, we're giving them their karma, you know, instead of, if you were able to pull that off, you're not giving them any kind of karma, because now you ripped off the victims even more, because whatever you stole was obviously worth something that could have been auctioned off to then pay back all these people. So it's just feels like Kyle Rittenhouse and this whole like, oh, he was doing the right thing kind of stuff. But anyways, guys, I love you all so much. If you want to book your own personal private reading, join my Patreon, follow my backup channel, or any of that. All that information will be linked in the description box below. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button on your way out, and I will see you guys all again soon. Bye.